Welcome to NEBA Spotlight. I am very excited to introduce two of our board members, Jane Harris and Trevor Harris with Primerica. Tell us about your business, Jane and Trevor. Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks, Greg. I'm going to get us started. My name is Jane Harris. I'm a national sales director in Primerica, teaching families every day, as you could see, just a common sense guide to financial success and teaching people how money works. So a little bit about us, if Trevor, you can move the slides. About us, as you could see me on the very left, that's my very first day pretty much in Primerica back over 30 years ago. I got started in the business right out of after my dad and I ran a photography business. So I got started at a very young age and have been here since gosh, a long time ago. A little bit about our family, as you could see, and some of the things that we do as a family. We love to have fun. One of the accolades I got last year was a Wall of Fame member of Primerica. I'm a board of member also for the women in Primerica, so I sit on that board. So I've gotten to accomplish many things in this great company, and I'm just going to show you guys a little bit about what we do, and then Trevor's going to finish us off. So go ahead, Trevor, you can move on. So we teach people how to take control of their finances, and just a few 7 key points is to pay yourself first, especially our younger crowd. As soon as they get their first job, we want to teach them how to start paying themselves first, adjusting their priorities, change their thinking. So when we sit down with them, adjust their lifestyle, maybe earn additional income, avoid the credit trap, and then also set goals and have a plan. We're very big in these areas. So next slide, Trevor. So these are some things you cannot control and can control. So the future of our Social Security, these are things, again, we cannot control. Our employer, taxes, inflation, rising costs, the risk of a single investment, we cannot control that, but we can control saving money for our retirement, other sources of income, ways to reduce taxes, maximizing our savings, saving more money, and also obviously the diversity of our investment choices. So those are things that we can. So one of the things that our foundation, when we build a financial plan for a family, it's just like a contractor, they're not going to build a house on dirt. You need a strong foundation. So this is what we believe the importance of life insurance is, the foundation of a future house for people. How much is our car worth? Do we insure it? Of course we do. How much is our house worth? Do we insure that? Yes. But how much is our life worth? And unfortunately, these are some of the things that people don't even think about, but it's probably worth a lot more than our car, a piece of metal in our driveway, and our home. Our life is worth a lot more. So we cannot afford to not have any life insurance. So this is what we teach. This is our basic theory of decreasing responsibility in Primerica. On the left, as you can see, the family, young kids, debt, mortgage, loss of income would be devastating. So we look at mom and dad, how much do they have coming in per month each? And God forbid, if one of those incomes went away, would the family survive? And the truth is, the average widow is losing their home within the first 12 months. So what do we put above that family's roof is a life insurance policy to create an estate for that family. But if you fast forward life in 20 or 30 years, kids are now grown up, no more debt. Hopefully they're out of the house, right? Mortgage is paid, retirement income is needed. The two lines are going to crisscross. And later on in life, we will need more retirement money than we will life insurance. So the two lines will crisscross. So in the later years, the life insurance will diminish, may not go away completely, but it will diminish. And our need for that retirement income now is going to be kicking in. Okay, so go ahead, Trevor. So most families are over premiumed and underinsured. If you take a look at Primerica's term insurance, the average cost per thousand is about $3.67 per the average for the industry, $10.39. And then the average face amount with Primerica is about $237,000 versus the industry's average is $167,000. So we are really cost effective. We give people a lot more protection to protect their assets and to protect the future of their family. So go ahead, Trevor. And so this is going to be Trevor's. He's going to take it over here. So again, I covered the first section. He's going to cover now what to do with that retirement money.
All right. Thanks, guys. It's a pleasure to speak to everyone. I'm going to talk a little bit about the other other side of that quadrant is the investment side of what we do. So when we sit down with the family, we really want to make sure that there's 3 accounts that they have set up. The first one's always going to be your emergency fund. That could be through your bank or a money market account, a CD, something like that. And that's going to be within the next year or so of emergencies, expenses. Typically, we like to see up to 6 months of expenses if, God forbid, you lost your job or some sort of medical emergency were to happen, that you'd have something where you'd have access to something that's very liquid. The second bucket we like to see people in is a short-term savings. So this could be a mutual fund. This could be something a little more conservative. And this is something within the next 10 years you're going to touch. So this isn't a retirement income. A retirement plan. This is something non-qualified where you're not going to get taxed on if you take a withdrawal on it. So this could be for, say you're saving for a down payment, could be for a car, could be for a vacation. So that's the second account. The third one's your long-term savings / investments, your retirement account. So, if you're at a job, you have a 401k probably. If you're a teacher, you might have a 403b, 457 with the government. Or if you're on your own, you could have a Roth or a traditional IRA. So this is something where you're not going to touch until you're in your 60s. You get penalized on it if you're before 59 and a half. So this is the long run, your retirement income. So these are the 3 buckets that we like to see people investing their money in. And it's all about time and consistency. This is just a great example of what a one-time investment of $1,000 will get you with the 9% rate of return. If that accumulates until the age of 67, you'd have the first examples. If you started at birth, if those parents invested $1,000, you'd have about $406,000, and that's only with just investing that one-time amount. If you started at age 16, you'd have almost $100,000, and if you start at age 40, you're going to have roughly 11. So it's a great example on why it's important to get started early. We do a lot of 529s called savings accounts for newly born kids, things like that, just to make sure that they have something going. So by the time they reach 18, they have a good amount of money set aside. So, say they want to go to a nice college or, fund something like that they're able to do that. And it's not financially devastating, right? And one of the last things I'm going to show you is this is called the Rule of 72. And this is really what we look to teach people when we talk about the importance of getting a better interest rate. And in this example, all it means is you take your interest rate and you divide it into the number 72, and it's going to tell you how many years it takes your money to double. So this first example, we have a 3% interest rate. 3 goes into 72 24 times, right? So 10,000 is going to double to 20,000 in 24 years. Very simple. And 6% is going to double every 12 years, and 12% is going to double every 6 years. So as you can see, by the time this person reaches the age of 48, the amount of money they have accumulated is a lot different. So this is one of the important things of why it's important to watch where you're putting your money. I'm not saying putting your money in the bank is a bad thing, because you need to. Like I said, that emergency fund, you need to have something safe, but I wouldn't invest all of your money in the bank. You need to diversify that, put it into accounts, especially if you're younger, into something a little bit more aggressive so you can start building some more net worth. And based on the Rule 72, a one-time contribution of $10,000 doubles 6 more times at 12% than at 3%. So for some of the older folks in the room here, how many doubling periods do you have left in your life? That's something you have to ask yourself. So it's just common sense planning. And even Albert Einstein said on the bottom here that compound interest is the most powerful force in the universe. It's a very powerful quote. I thought that was pretty cool. And that's really all we have. This is just some contact info. A lot of the types of people we look for in referral partners are attorneys, realtors, mortgage brokers, accountants, things like that. As far as families go, our niche is probably young families between the ages of 25 and 35. newlyweds, new homeowners, things like that. People who recently had a young baby. Those are probably the best times to chat with somebody who's thinking about retirement, wants to start planning ahead. And, it's at that time, it's pretty devastating time for your finances with, about purchasing a new home or something like that. So that's really where we specialize. And that's all I got.
Awesome. Wow. What a great presentation, Jane and Trevor. You've really built an empire. So reach out to Jane, reach out to Trevor for more information. Thank you so much for being a great member here, great board member. We look forward to supporting you.